is helped by the right back situation. In fairness to him, I thought I've got on 85 minutes that Doherty just looked like a lost boy today.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And, I feel for him a bit, and I still think he's got the ability to, inverted commas, turn his Tottenham career around. I think there's a decent player in there, but his confidence is shot. You're right, he looks terrified every time the ball comes near him. And took the last 10 minutes of that half, he sort of was not going to the ball, but sort of going to the ball and then not going to the ball. And then Sanchez behind him is going, wait, are you going? Oh my God, you're not going. And, I've
so
left my player because you've left your player. And then there's a player in behind me. And then it just sets off a massive chain reaction.
It does, yeah.
And I think it does all come, it definitely comes from that right side of our defence. I can't say our left side is brilliant, but I do think that Ben Davies is a solid defender. He knows when to go. He knows when to stay. Yeah. He might not be quick. He's never going to win a 100-metre medal, but his positional awareness is fairly solid.
Yeah.
And I just think the fact that they kept going to their right-sided centre-back, Anderson, crossfield ball, 450,000 metres to the opposite side of the pitch, and there's a player out there with the ball at his feet and no Spurs defender.
And quite often you see Doherty turn around and go, oh, right, he's passed to that player. He runs over. It's like he's just passed it 70 yards. What are you doing?
Obviously he's meant to leave that player out there. Anybody who's ever been coached at half-decent level will go, he's all right out there because you go when the ball's in the air. But as you said, it's almost like he's gone, oh my God, it's a shooting star. And then he's watched it over the stadium and then, like you said, drop him behind you. And I think he's a player that's not got, I think he's got plenty of ability. We saw that at Fulham. I fear for our right side of the fence, and hopefully, I don't know, something can happen to lift his spirits, but I don't know that Jose is the best at picking a player up quickly. And
I'm not entirely sure. You look at Jose on the sidelines, and sometimes he looks as if he's just thinking to himself, what the fuck have I got here? And I think he's thinking that about his defenders. I just don't think he knows what to do, because unless you give Jose really top-class defenders or a defensive unit, I just don't think he knows what to do.
His style of football doesn't work, does it?
No, it doesn't work. No, because he does want his teams to be able to defend at any point under any pressure, and of course you've got to be able to if you're playing at the very top level. So I get all that, and I'm not against that style of play either. But we can just switch to be so dysfunctional. That's what concerns me. There doesn't seem to be any consistency in it. That is concerning.
Do we underestimate the fact that Fulham are in a relegation dogfight, and had they won today, they come out the bottom three for possibly the first time this season? Like, it's getting to that sort of time of the season where even a point today, come that last game, could keep Fulham up.
Yeah,
and I did wonder whether we underestimate that, and Stevie Parker's got them playing some decent football.
He has. I think he's doing a great job. Yeah.
They really needed at least a point today. And they came out in the second half and they went, it's only 1-0. We can get at them. Let's go for the juggler the first 10 minutes and make them shaky. And they achieved it. And
you're right.
I don't underestimate that. And it makes me a bit more worried for Palace on Sunday. I wasn't comfortable. I thought that was possibly our toughest fixture out of the last week in the Premier League. And it also makes me fearful. It's all well and good saying, we're still in Europa League, still got a chance of winning that, and you're in it, you've got a chance. But defensively, we come up against any team with any real attacking flair, and I have no faith that we'll keep a clean sheet.
Yeah,
which means to win a game, you've got to score two.
Yeah.
And although our forward line is good enough to do that, they have off days.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Today.
There's a lot of pressure on them to score the goals. And I think we try and get the early goals. That's what we try and do. We try and get the early goals so that we can fit into that kind of defensive mindset that Jose seems to like. And if we don't do it, we really struggle. So if you score one goal, you haven't got that buffer at all.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're drawing the game. And, because you're just one step away from a draw. So,
and especially with VAR, 1-0's never enough with VAR. We found that out against Newcastle, didn't we? Really early doors, we were punished by that. And so you almost do need 2 clear goals, just because if you bend over in the wrong direction, the ball flicks up off your arsehole and hits your arm, it's a penalty.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes planning for anything really difficult. And maybe for the benefit of football, because Jose, like managers, and he's had plenty of success, and I will never take that away from him. But is that the football as a neutral that I want to see? Would I ever have turned on any of Jose's Chelsea teams to watch them for pleasure? Probably not.
No, they were never a good watch. You'd always watch them thinking, bloody hell, they're really solid.
Yes.
And who's ever going to beat them?
But they were never a Leeds or a Liverpool.
No.
Or even, Leicester last time round, they were frustrating as hell. That,
Yeah.
12 players in their own penalty area for 12 months of the season and walk away with the Premier League. Glory, Tottenham Hotspur and all that. But fundamentally, as a football fan, maybe VAR's good for that, because teams are always going to want to go and get 2 goals.
No, that's right, exactly. So, I don't know what else there is to say about this game, because as you said before we did this, should we do this pod? And I was thinking, I don't fancy it either, to be honest, because it's not like we've lost the game, but when you... It
doesn't feel like we won it.
No, it doesn't feel like we won it. No, not at all. No, I was relieved when the final whistle went, really, but I wasn't relieved because we won it. I was just relieved that it was all over, and we were out of our misery. We've actually won a game, but you feel miserable about it. So, but anyway, we've got Crystal Palace at the weekend, and it's at our place, and we normally do pretty well against them at our place. So, so hopefully,
fingers crossed.
Yeah. So
I think at the start of this run of games, I'd have taken 9-10 points, and we're on 9.
Mm-hmm.
So great, but as ever, win if possible, especially that top 4. I think this run of games and people are dropping points. The more pressure we put on, the better. I think it is beyond us but we should still obviously aim for it and build the momentum and take those wins and those confidences into Europe. And
totally right.
God forbid the cup final in a couple of weeks. But I can't call Palace. I sort of feel like after today, I was more confident before we played today. I thought we would, no disrespect to Fulham, I thought we'd turn them over a little bit. 2-3-0, comfortable without breaking a sweat. I thought Palace was going to be the more difficult game. I thought we might grind out a 1-0 or a 2-1. And now I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, normally at home, in the last couple of years, especially at the new stadium, we've just kind of won at a canter, like a 2-0 win. But it depends what Palace team turns up, to be honest, because at home they're always very strong. But this season's a bit weird anyway, so they could actually turn up at our stadium and do something. But I think I'll probably go for another 1-0 against Palace. I think we might just do it.
I'd take it with an own goal.
Yeah.
In the 94th minute +1, or off the referee's head in the 94th minute +1. I don't care, 3 points, but I don't think it's going to be an enjoyable watch.
No.
At all.
And the important thing is that we get a little bit of form back, because the weekend after is the North London derby.
And Arsenal always turn up for that, because it's their biggest game of the season,
It is, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they print their mugs and DVDs and everything for that, don't they? So, but so, oh God, yeah. We'll put ourselves out of our misery now, shall we? And just
definitely
just move on.
See what happens. On Sunday.
Yeah. No, definitely. Okay. Well, thanks, Sarah. Thanks for wasting another, half an hour of your life or whatever. But
this has been better than the last 45 minutes of the football,
yeah,
so
you're
don't you
right
worry
there.
about that.
You're right there. Yeah. So, I think we'll call it a night, and big shout out to our friends at Redemption Brewery, and also Tottenham Pie and Mash, and that's the end of the pubcast. Good night.